In today's video, we will present a detailed overview of the participation of cycling in the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, getting you ready to cheer with an updated and more refined perspective. You will have a comprehensive and detailed view of the cycling competitions in these Olympics, highlighting the events, technical specifications, schedules, venues, and the main favorite athletes in each event. The Olympics are scheduled to take place from July 26 to August 11, 2024, and many countries have already secured spots in different events. Friends, today we will answer various questions about the participation of cycling in the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. What cycling events will be present at the Olympics? What are the characteristics of each event and competition? On what dates and at which venues will the races be held? Which countries and athletes are favorites in each event? In this video, we will answer all these and other questions. So, stay tuned until the end, because it will be a golden opportunity for you to stay updated with all relevant information about cycling in the Paris 2024 Olympics. Thus, it will be just a matter of gathering friends, preparing the popcorn, and cheering a lot. Let's do it! First, we will have an overview of the athletes who will participate in the Olympic Games and the representation of cycling at the event. At the Paris 2024 Olympics, approximately 10,500 athletes from 206 national Olympic committees will participate in the Games. Among these, a total of 514 cyclists will compete, divided equally between men and women, marking the first time in history that gender parity will be achieved in all cycling disciplines at the event. This total of athletes covers road cycling, track cycling, mountain biking, BMX racing, and BMX Freestyle, with 22 medal events in total. Gender parity was one of the goals of the International Cycling Union, UCI, for the 2024 Games, ensuring an equal number of spots for men and women. The distribution of athletes is as follows. Road cycling will have 180 athletes, with 90 men and 90 women. Track cycling will have 190 athletes, with 95 men and 95 women. Mountain biking will have 72 athletes with 36 men and 36 women. BMX racing will have 48 athletes, with 24 men and 24 women. And BMX Freestyle will have 24 athletes, with 12 men and 12 women. At the Paris 2024 Olympics, cycling will be one of the standout events, covering these 5 categories that reflect both the tradition and innovation of the sport, each with its technical specificities, defined schedules, and favorite athletes. Road cycling, one of the oldest and most traditional events in the Olympic Games, will feature 2 main races, the endurance race and the individual time trial. These races have distinct characteristics and dynamics. The endurance race will be the longest in the history of the Olympic Games. We will see a tough race with a very exciting finish. The race starts with a mass start with all 90 cyclists leaving the starting line at the same time, and the first athlete to cross the finish line will be the winner. Unlike the time trial, the endurance race in Paris will have different courses for men and women. The cyclists who stand out are those who can maintain a strong pace over long distances, withstand variations in terrain and weather, and still have the energy for a final sprint, requiring cyclists to have perfect positioning and energy conservation for most of the race. At the Paris 2024 Olympics, the men's endurance race will be 273 kilometers long and will take place on August 3, from 11 to 18:15, while the women's race, 158 kilometers long, will be on August 4, from 14 to 18:45. The Trocadero will serve as the starting and finishing point for the races. Both courses include a variety of landscapes, with wooded areas and urban segments, and will take cyclists out of Paris and back to the city. The endurance races will be challenging, with a final climb in Montmartre with narrow cobblestone streets, before returning to the Trocadero. It is estimated that the winner of the men's race will finish in just over 6 hours, while the winner of the women's race will finish in just over 4 hours. Among the standout athletes are, in the men's category, the Slovenian cyclist Tadej Pogačar, and the Belgian cyclist Wout van Aert, while in the women's category the standout athletes are the Austrian cyclist Anna Kiesenhofer and the Dutch cyclist Annemiek van Vleuten. The individual time trial is a speed race where cyclists start individually at 90-second intervals and, as the name suggests, ride against the clock. The one with the fastest time wins. If a cyclist catches up with another on the course, they are not allowed to work together, drafting is not permitted, and the approaching cyclist must maintain a lateral space of 2 meters between them. The main characteristic of this race is the requirement for constant effort and maintaining an aerodynamic position to minimize air resistance. Those who stand out in the time trial are those with strong rhythm capacity and the ability to pedal consistently under pressure. Time trial bicycles are specifically designed for aerodynamics and lightness, weighing less than 7 kilograms, with special frames, high-profile wheels, and aero handlebars. As we can see, these bicycles are optimized for speed and endurance. The individual time trial will be held on July 27th, with approximately 50 kilometers for both women and men. The women's race will start at 14:30, and the men's race at 16:34. The starting point is at the Esplanade des Invalides, and the course will take cyclists to the Bois de Vincennes and back towards the finish line on the Alexandre III Bridge. It is estimated that most cyclists will complete the course in 35 to 40 minutes. In total, each competition should last about 90 minutes. Among the standout athletes and favorites in the competition are the Slovenian Primož Roglič and the Italian Filippo Ganna in the men's category, and the Dutch Annemiek van Vleuten and the American Chloe Dygert in the women's category. The courses are also special as they take the games to lesser-known locations in the Île-de-France region, with the Val-de-Marne department hosting the time trial events and Essonne hosting the endurance races. Friends, if you are enjoying and seeing value in this video so far, and if you like receiving quality sports and fitness content, invest 2 seconds now to subscribe to our channel. In Olympic and Paralympic track cycling, the competitions will take place at the Saint-Quentin-en-Yvelines Velodrome, which has a capacity for 5,000 people, from August 5th to 11th. The National Velodrome is an indoor arena where athletes compete in 6 different events. The events include team sprint, individual sprint, keirin, omnium, Madison, and team pursuit. The bicycles are specifically designed for wooden tracks, without gears and brakes, optimized for high speed and stability. Each of these races has specific rules and techniques. Some rely more on tactics, while others favor strength and power. For example, the effort required to complete a lap in the individual sprint is quite different from what is required in the group omnium race of 25 kilometers. Favorites in the competitions include Dutchman Harry Lavriesen and German Emma Hinze in the sprint, and Englishman Jason Kenny and Dutchwoman Shan Braspenings in the keirin. Mountain biking, a discipline present in the Olympic Games since the Atlanta 1996 edition, will have cross-country events that will take place in Elancourt Hill, in the Île-de-France region. It takes place on uneven and rugged terrains, ideal for testing cyclists' competence, skill, and endurance. The competition lasts an average of 1.5 hours, with a circuit between 4 and 6 kilometers. The race consists of a series of laps around this circuit, with no more than 15% of the route being flat. The rest must feature climbs and descents in rugged areas. The women's competition will be on July 28th, at 14:10, and the men's competition on July 29th, at the same time. The bicycles used are equipped with full or front suspension, wide and knobby tires, suitable for rugged terrains. Standouts include Swiss Nino Schurter and Englishman Thomas Pidcock in the men's category, and Swiss Jolanda Neff and Frenchwoman Pauline Ferrand-Prévot in the women's category. BMX Racing, an explosive and high-intensity event, will be held at the Saint-Quentin-en-Yvelines BMX Stadium, on tracks of about 400 meters with several obstacles. It is a short and intense race where cyclists face a track full of jumps, and the first to cross the finish line wins. This race happens in several heats, with the top finishers advancing to the final. The bicycles are sturdy, with aluminum or carbon frames and thick tires. The BMX racing competitions will take place on August 1st and 2nd, with the quarterfinals on the 1st and the semifinals and finals on the 2nd, following the schedule we are showing now. The standouts in this event are Dutchman Niek Kimman and Frenchman Joris Daudet in the men's category, and Colombian Mariana Pajan and American Elise Willoughby in the women's category. BMX Freestyle will take place at La Concorde 2. Focused on tricks and creativity, it will give cyclists 2 one-minute runs to perform their tricks on specially designed tracks. The judging criteria are based on creativity and execution of their tricks. The judges' scores are added up for each run on a scale of 0 to 100 points. In the end, the numbers are totaled to determine the winners. The bicycles are specially designed for freestyle, with sturdy frames and 20-inch wheels. The BMX Freestyle competitions will take place on July 30th and 31st. On July 30th at 13:25 will be the women's park qualification. The men's park qualification will start on the same day at 15:12. The next day, July 31st, will be the finals, with the women's park final starting at 13:10, and the men's park final at 14:45. Favorites in this event include Australian Logan Martin and Venezuelan Daniel Durs in the men's category, and Americans Hannah Roberts and Paris Benegas in the women's category. Cycling has a rich history in the Olympics, being present since the first modern games in Athens 1896. With the evolution of the sport, it has incorporated new events and increased female participation, extending to road cycling in 1984 and mountain biking in 1996. It was also in this year that the inclusion of professional athletes occurred, elevating the prestige of the competitions. Friends, tell us here in the comments, which of these events will you watch at the Olympics? Share with us, it will be very interesting to know. Consider subscribing to our channel if you enjoyed this content, and to receive our new sports, fitness, health, and quality of life videos. And show your support by liking the video and sharing it with your friends. We also recommend that you watch our other videos on the channel, the links are here on the screen. Stay healthy, and I will see you on the next video.